Helena Mayor Wilmot Collins recently returned from a trip to Armenia. Mayor Collins was there as an ambassador for American democracy and spoke to Armenian leaders about how the U.S. government works. MTN's Tom Buchanan sat down and spoke with the mayor about his recent trip.
Helena's Mayor Wilmot Collins recently took a trip to Armenia to talk with local leaders there about how our government works. I sat down with Mayor Wilmot Collins to talk about how that trip went.
If you want to go the route of democracy, your bosses are the people that elect you. You're not their boss, but they are your bosses. And I try to tell you, so he said, then you must have thousands of bosses. I said, yes, I do.
Sponsored by the State Department from June 14th to June 20th, Mayor Collins, along with two other mayors from Pasadena and Glendale, visited the country of Armenia. Armenia is located in Western Asia, bordering Turkey and Iran, and gained independence in 1991 following the dissolution of the Soviet Union. While there, Mayor Collins visited the city of Stepanovan to meet with the mayor and members of parliament. He hopes that the relationship he built with the mayor of Stepanovan could flourish into a relationship joining our two cities.
We signed a memorandum of intent. Hopefully it could become a sister city.
After that, Mayor Collins visited the capital of Yerevan, where they met with other leaders from the U.S. and Armenia, including the president of Armenia.
He welcomed us into his country, and he was looking forward to what we had to impart into the local leaders.
After breaking into groups, Mayor Collins spoke to leaders of Armenia, including the mayor of Stepanovan, about the importance of transparency and openness in government.
What I spoke to him about was transparency and open government, open meeting and all of that. Through his interpreter, I could tell he was like trying to accept it, but that's not something he can just, it's not an overnight process, you know, but they were very open to moving towards democracy.
This trip followed a separate trip that involved Armenia officials visiting Helena. Reporting in Helena, Tom Buchanan, MTN News.